And there's a fresh suit against the Electoral Commission for its decision to register final year students in various senior high schools. The NDC that issued the suit, the writ, is claiming that the Electoral Commission has no right. It's illegal, actually, for the Electoral Commission to conduct such exercise in areas that are not gazetted and the CI91. Court correspondent Joseph Akable has been studying the writ and joins me via Zoom. Joseph Akable, share with us what exactly the NDC is demanding this time round.
And so, Aisha, this case was filed at exactly 2:30 this afternoon by the NDC, represented by David K. Ametefe. He's a private legal practitioner belonging to the law firm of Boahini Asari and Associates. They contend, one, that the registration that the EC intends to carry out on the campuses of the senior high school is illegal and wrongful. Their explanation is that such registration or registration at any center should be gazetted, and there should be a publication of the center. And once that has not been carried out, and their view is that per CI91, it does not allow for the registration at those campuses that the EC intends to send the registration to. And so once that has not been carried out, then it means the registration is illegal and it's also wrongful. And so they therefore say that if the EC proceeds to carry out those registrations will be null and void. And so they ask the court to grant them that declaration that any registration that takes place on any campus that has not been gazetted is null and void. They also want an order directed at the Electoral Commission that if it goes ahead to carry out such registration, persons who will be registered on those campuses, their names will be excluded from the electoral roll to be used for the December 7, 2020 polls there. What is interesting is that the NDC is mindful of the fact that the registration will be taking place sometime soon, and so they are moving for an injunction which they intend to move on July 20, asking at the High Court, specifically the general jurisdiction, to restrain the EC from even going ahead with the registration on the campus if it has not carried it out at that time, or if it is yet to carry it out at that point. They should be restrained until the termination of the matter from carrying out this registration. And so this is the first case that the NDC has filed in its quest to assert its rights relating to the electoral process, this time around against the EC's move to carry out the registration exercise on the campuses. Aisha.
Any response from the EC yet?
No response yet. This was filed just at 2:30 this afternoon. And so the expectation is that within the next 14 days, or at least before the July 20, where the date for the injunction is to be heard, the EC is supposed to enter an appearance and file a response if it is minded to do so. And so we can expect another legal battle from the NDC and the Electoral Commission once again. This will be the second time. The forum this time around is the High Court, not the Supreme Court like we saw some time ago. This time will be at the High Court, where the lawyers for the EC, we expect to slug it out to the lawyers for the NDC in a second showdown. This time around, not about the registration exercise proper, but about the decision to take the registration to the campuses of the universities, because the NDC contends CI91, which is the law regulating the process, does not allow for such registration on campuses and unapproved centers once they've not been gazetted and published. So we look forward to see how this will go at the High Court, Aisha.
Court correspondent Joseph Akable with details of a fresh suit filed by the NDC against the Electoral Commission. Now,